In the 16th century, mathematics was more than a science, it was a battleground. At the center of one of the most explosive intellectual feuds stood two men, Niccolò Tartaglia, a self-taught genius from Venice, and Gerolamo Cardano, a brilliant but ambitious scholar from Milan. Their rivalry would lead to one of the greatest betrayals in the history of mathematics. Niccolò Fontana, later known as Tartaglia, was born in Brescia, northern Italy, around 1499. He had no wealth, no connections, and no formal education. His father was murdered when he was a child, and his mother, desperate to give him a future, pushed him toward learning whatever he could get for free. In 1512, during the French invasion of Brescia, a sword slashed open the young boy's face. He survived, but barely. His jaw was shattered. He could barely speak. From then on, people called him Tartaglia, the stutterer. But beneath the pain and poverty was an extraordinary mind. He taught himself Latin. He solved equations most scholars couldn't touch. And by his 20s, he was winning math competitions across Italy. One problem haunted Europe's greatest minds: the cubic equation, an algebraic expression that looked simple, but resisted all attempts to solve it. Tartaglia, against all odds, cracked part of it. He kept the method secret, fearing someone would steal his discovery. In those days, intellectual theft was common, and reputation was everything. Gerolamo Cardano was born in 1501 in Pavia, just 2 years after Tartaglia. He was brilliant, arrogant, and relentlessly curious. A physician, astrologer, philosopher, and inventor, Cardano didn't just dabble in knowledge. He devoured it. But he was also controversial. His unpredictable behavior and belief in astrology put him at odds with the academic elite. He struggled to gain recognition in the mathematical world. When he heard whispers of Tartaglia's method for solving the cubic equation, he saw an opportunity, one that could cement his place in history. Cardano wrote to Tartaglia repeatedly, flattering him, pleading with him to reveal his method. He even swore a sacred oath on the Bible that he would not publish it. Tartaglia, after weeks of hesitation, finally gave in. He shared his solution, but in poetic verse, to make it harder to decipher. It was a mistake he would come to regret. Years passed. Tartaglia moved on. Then in 1545, Cardano published Ars Magna, the Great Art. It was a mathematical triumph, a landmark in algebra, and in it, without permission, Cardano revealed the solution to the cubic equation. Tartaglia was furious. He accused Cardano of betrayal, of breaking his oath, of stealing his work. But Cardano defended himself with a loophole. He had discovered that another mathematician, Scipione del Ferro, had found a similar solution years earlier, though it had never been published. To Cardano, this absolved him. To Tartaglia, it was treachery. The mathematical world watched as the two engaged in a war of letters, accusations, and public pamphlets. But Cardano had a secret weapon, his student Ludovico Ferrari. In 1548, Ferrari challenged Tartaglia to a public mathematical duel, a formal intellectual battle, common in Renaissance Italy. It was held in Milan, in front of scholars, nobles, and the curious public. Ferrari, armed with the full contents of Ars Magna, was sharp and confident. Tartaglia, though skilled, was aging and bitter. The duel was brutal, not with fists, but formulas. And when it was over, Tartaglia was declared defeated. His reputation never recovered. He faded into obscurity, publishing little afterward. Cardano's fame soared, but it didn't last. Years later, he was imprisoned by the Inquisition for heresy. He had cast a horoscope for Jesus Christ. Even so, his legacy in math was already secured. Today, students learn the cubic formula without ever hearing about the feud behind it. But without Tartaglia's ingenuity, there would have been no method to steal. And without Cardano's ambition, there would have been no Ars Magna to carry that method into the future. Their feud represents more than academic rivalry. It's a story of trust betrayed, ambition unleashed, and the messy human reality behind scientific progress. In the end, two brilliant minds clashed, not over fortune or fame, but over a single equation. An equation that changed the world. And though one name was nearly lost to history, both Tartaglia and Cardano helped lay the foundation of modern mathematics, one battle at a time.